The Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia Office of Corporate Social Responsibility, CSR, is helping to change the world. Working within our Franciscan charism, CSR benefits everyone touched by corporate policies, actions, as well as community development impact investing. Like all shareholders, the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia have the right to a voice in the decisions made by corporations in which we hold shares. We see this right and responsibility as an opportunity to influence multiple facets of corporate behavior. Our CSR ministry offers us a chance to bring about vital and small changes through corporate engagement and impact investing. Since 1985, we have strengthened the economic fiber of many communities through our community development loan portfolio. Organizations are energized when they have the necessary funds to build capacity for partnerships, small businesses, clean energy, and affordable housing. We have expanded our impact investing to include climate solutions and other projects that support economic development among religious communities in some African nations.
We do not work in isolation. We actively take part in social change coalitions, especially the 50-year-old Interfaith Center on Corporate Responsibility, the world's largest faith-based shareholder organization. Within this coalition, known as ICCR, our office collaborates with about 300 other members representing faith and values-based organizations committed to implementing sustainable environmental, social, and governance analysis and metrics that fuel positive change. The ICCR website shown on the screen tells more about ESG and describes our work as active co-filers with Investor Advocates for Social Justice in a proposal on surveillance and cloud products. Our current priorities are very well aligned with ICCR's prioritization process and will enable us to share our Franciscan charism in navigating these important issues of climate and environmental justice, health equity, human rights, the global supply chain, worker rights, and racial justice. We have engaged with corporations on all of these topics for numerous years, but more than ever, we recognize our moral responsibility to actively challenge corporations to do their due diligence and to address the many systemic risks that keep our people and our planet in a state of constant crisis.
I'm Nadir Narayan, Senior Program Director at the Interfaith Center on Corporate Responsibility, or ICCR. I'm proud to work alongside one of our most active members, the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia, in our efforts to use our leverage as shareholders to press companies on environmental, social, and governance issues. I very much value the work we lead in partnership on so many interconnected issues, like support for human rights, worker rights, and racial justice. One of the areas that stands out in our work together is the efforts to center community voices in the shareholder advocacy work that we do. It ensures that our work is grounded in affected communities and workers' lived experiences, and that companies understand how their operations and businesses impact their stakeholders. Further, it also helps to ensure that as investors, we are pushing for changes that will have a direct positive benefit to those most affected. I look forward to continued partnership with the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Natalie Wasseck, and I work with 7th Generation Interfaith Coalition for Responsible Investment. My introduction to this work was through a year of volunteer service with the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia. The Sisters have helped me understand the significance of relationship with people, planet, and self, and how to give the right attention and care to each. They stress the importance of ecological and social justice and the systemic change that is needed. I've seen the Sisters and staff make sure dignity and respect is given to every interaction and every individual. I've quickly found myself a daughter, sister, and friend to the community, and know I can always count on them for guidance and perspective.
An important focus for us is having operative policies and practices in place to assure human rights are protected and that racial equity and the climate crisis are purposefully addressed. In the past 6 years, our office has spoken on the issue of human rights with every corporation with which we had a dialogue or resolution. When we consider human rights, we are looking at a vast and pivotal area comprising the rights of workers, defenders, customers, persons with disabilities, shareholders, and all stakeholders, as well as the rights of our natural environment. Pope Francis has consistently called us to climate justice and the responsibility to live in harmony with all creation. We are also called to hold ourselves accountable for the systemic tragedy of racism in ourselves and in society. We are engaging corporations to do racial equity audits from a civil rights perspective that will show a closing racial gap in wages, housing possibilities, and an opportunity to advance equity that gives each person the possibility of reaching their full potential. We work closely with the Investor Environmental Health Network to keep harmful chemicals out of numerous products. We collaborate with Investors for Opioid and Pharmaceutical Accountability, a coalition created in response to the opioid crisis.
Hi, I'm Pat Zaredo, Senior Director of Shareholder Advocacy at Mercy Investment Services, where we also see corporate responsibility as a means of promoting systemic change to respond to critical issues of our time. Over my tenure, I've worked alongside the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia and their staff, and I'm always pleased to see them on a list of our collaborators. I've found them to be very thoughtful in their approach and very much in tune with the needs of people and planet wherever the problem is occurring. We've worked together on extractive companies, airlines, prisons, on issues of human rights, human trafficking, and environmental degradation. And at each turn, I can count on them to share their unique ability to break down very complex problems in a way that a company can respond and make changes that will change people's lives. I look forward to continuing work with the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia.
Hi everyone, it's Charlie Hammerman from the Disability Opportunity Fund, and we are just absolutely thrilled that we were invited to come speak to you today. We are just absolutely thrilled that we've had this relationship with Sisters of St. Francis for 10 years. Here's our note from December 1st of 2011. It's been 10 full years, and the support that Sister Nora and the whole order has provided us has allowed us over these past 10 years to help people with disabilities all over the country improve their housing, improve education, improve employment opportunities, healthcare, and such. It was such a pleasure also as we went down to Philadelphia and actually met with the investment committee and actually walked away with a beautiful gift from them, and it sits right here in our office every single day as a daily reminder of our connection and our relationship with the Sisters of St. Francis. We really love you guys, and we thank you for your support, and we thank you for your prayers.
Our congregation's advocacy efforts include engagement in numerous initiatives with the oil and gas industry for more than a decade. We will continue to dedicate ourselves to local advocacy efforts in order to bring positive change to such areas as tobacco, military contracts, gun violence, human trafficking, and local community issues related to water, the Chester incinerator, the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, and toxicity in our air. We invite you to join us in supporting and advancing our work. Look at our webpage to learn more. There you will see our congregation's corporate stands on several issues, along with other documents of interest. As we engage corporations and contribute to impact investing for the purpose of promoting the common good, we echo our foundress, Mother Frances Bachman's words, "No risk, no gain."